Now, King Charles's 4-day state visit to Kenya concludes today. Despite falling short of making a full apology for atrocities suffered by Kenyans during their struggle for independence from the British colonial rule in the 1950s, the visit has been widely deemed a great success.
Our Royal Correspondent Cameron Walker looks back at the visit.
His Majesty's first Commonwealth visit since secession, full of ancient traditions. Pomp and pageantry was on full display in Nairobi for a ceremonial welcome from President William Ruto. Kenya's celebrating 60 years of independence from Great Britain, and the palace is keen to celebrate the country's shared history and friendship. But Kenya has a painful past.
The wrongdoings of the past are a cause of the greatest sorrow and the deepest regret. There were abhorrent and unjustifiable acts of violence committed against Kenyans as they waged, as you said at the United Nations, a painful struggle for independence and sovereignty.
An estimated 90,000 Kenyans were killed, tortured or injured during their fight for independence, according to the Kenya Human Rights Commission. Some are upset the King did not offer a full apology, but His Majesty did meet privately with relatives of survivors to listen to their concerns. The British government also paid out almost £20 million in 2013 to around 5,000 Kenyans in an out-of-court settlement. But there have been some happier moments too. The Queen helped feed orphaned baby elephants at the Sheldrick Wildlife Trust in Nairobi, before being joined by King Charles to meet a baby rhino. Conservation is key to these animals' survival, and the royals were highlighting the work Kenyans do to protect them. At the Commonwealth War Graves, the King re-presented medals to an 117-year-old World War II veteran, thought to be one of the oldest men in the world. He also looked to the future, watching the Kenyan military display a mock beach landing in Mombasa, trained by the British Royal Marines. Further up the beach, King Charles also saw coral being replenished and young people supporting beach cleanups, protecting the environment for future generations. Today, the King and Queen finished their state visit to Kenya, with more engagements planned this morning in Mombasa. Cameron Walker, GB News.
I think it's safe to say it's probably more of a success than the Prince and Princess of Wales's visit to the Caribbean.
Yeah, and it's really moving how one of the things that struck me, because of the atrocities in the 50s, and King Charles yesterday met a surviving relative, the great-grandson, I think, of one of the people who went through it, and Charles chatted with them and apparently found a great deal of common ground and peace. So that's what I think is really good about this. It's that soft power, that building the allegiance with the Commonwealth. I think it's been a great success.
Soft diplomacy,
yeah,
as we keep saying.